Game on, motherfuckers. My name is A.O. Storm, and it is time for another Etiquette For Aholes podcast. You know what we do. We talk about a-holes over here. We look at your tweets. We look at my tweets. We look at the world. We look at all the people that drive us nuts, and we talk about it. You know, we complain. Maybe it's relevant to what happened yesterday or today. Maybe it's out of left field, and you never even thought about it until now. Who knows? Point is, we can talk about anything. We talk for about 10 minutes. And we don't do it with sponsors or advertisements, and that's on purpose because we're not really trying to sell you anything. We just want people to kind of come together, you know, be more conscious. If nothing else, you know, be more in society. Think about what you're doing. Think about how it impacts other people. So you know when you're being a dick. Maybe you do it on purpose. Maybe it's an accident. But I think the world's a better place if we're all engaged in thinking about other people. And I don't think I'm wrong. So when people are doing annoying stuff or whatever it is, we call them an a-hole, we talk about it. That is the podcast. And if you want an ad, go buy the book on Amazon. That's how this all started. Etiquette For Aholes. There's several other smaller books as well in there. You'll find them by searching the same thing. That's the ad. That's it. Be a part of the community. Join in, you know. Let's have some fun together. Let's have some laughs. Today, something that I think is relevant to everybody, and it's obviously this is a billion-dollar industry, and it's filled textbooks and whole sections, and there's a whole podcast devoted to this, and that's why this little 10-minute blip on the radar is called Diet, Part 1. And I am by no means an expert. I'm not going to have any crazy tips or shortcuts for you to do anything. We're just going to talk about diet, but what we're really going to talk about is kind of something that impacts people in their diet, which is these two got into bed and made a hideous baby, is the want for people to be healthy and have a good diet, and the advertising industry. And the advertising industry and what they've done to screw over people that are just trying to be healthful is unbelievable. And we're going to talk about two what I think are just obvious, crazy things that comedians joke about all the time because they're so obvious and yet they don't change things. All right, I'm rambling on. So here's what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about fat. Everybody hates fat. Fat doesn't look good. Fat's the reason people wear t-shirts in swimming pools. I mean, no, it's not attractive. I don't, whatever. Big is beautiful. I don't care. Nobody wants to be fat. Nobody aspires to have fat on them. Some people are more comfortable with it than others, but when you want to get in shape, what do you want to do? I want to lose weight. You don't want to lose muscle. You don't want to lose bone. You don't want to lose organs. You want to lose fat. And one of the greatest things that most confusing things that we have done that marketing and such is just really zeroed in on is that fat is something that is unsightly and that everybody would like to get rid of. I want to lose 5 pounds, whatever. It's also an element of food that is essential for how our body processes the foods that we eat. Fat is necessary. And again, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not going to give you specifics so people can tell me I'm wrong. But I get the gist of it. Much like with anything else, fats are necessary. Basically, your body has organs that take in these things that you eat and break them down, and they need sugars necessary. Sugar's a part of the game. Fat's a part of the game. Protein, all of those things. Carbohydrates. Your body uses all of those things to essentially turn it into energy, It makes up a stew and metabolizes it and does what it does. But it needs fat. Fat is good. Eating tubs of Crisco, of course, is insane. But fat in and of itself is not only good, it's necessary. But we, with our crazy, caveman brains, can't make the leap. If I eat this fat, it's going to immediately just stick on right on my hips, and it's going to become fat in me. No, that's not how it works. If you eat this steak with fat, or you eat these nuts with fat, or you drink this milk with fat, whatever it is with fat, It could turn into fat, but everything could turn into fat. Fat's just what your body does when it's time to move everything to the landfill. I mean, really, if you were eating super efficiently, your body would be a recycling center in Vermont. But when your body is inefficient, it is a garbage dump in Beijing. Like, that's the difference. So what you need to do if you remove yourself from anything is just stop thinking of it that way. Eating fat is good for you and is necessary. Buying things that say no fat or where they've taken the fat out, they've replaced it with something else that's a hell of a lot worse for you than fat. So stop connecting those dots. They connect, but not like you think. Eat fat, it's fine. Your body doesn't just take fat and run it through a special pipeline to stick it in the areas where you look worse than a thought. That's not how it works. So first and foremost, tip your hat to Madison Avenue for scaring the hell out of people and being able to sell low-fat, no-fat food. But stop it. Just use your head. Understand you need to eat some fat. You need to eat some protein. You need to eat some carbohydrates. And that it's not a one-to-one thing. I mean, that's insane. Like, fish need oxygen to survive. That's what the gills do. But, you know, we don't call it air because if we told our 5-year-old, the goldfish needs air, you'd find a lot of 5-year-olds getting pulled out of tanks because your kid wanted to get them air to breathe, right? There's a reason we use different words. We shouldn't call fat, fat. You know, lipids, whatever you want to call it. But, all right, end of that topic. I mean, that's a fun one, but just remember, you need to eat fat. Stop buying the no-fat, low-fat shit. It's not doing what you think it's doing. Fat is necessary. The fat on my hips is not. They're not the same. Moving on to a topic that I love and comedians love and have loved for years because of how ridiculous it is, and that's diet soda. Because the tired old joke that everybody likes to make is about the overweight person at the fast food restaurant ordering a pile of unhealthy things and then a diet soda. Because, you know, the obvious. Well, soda's bad for you. I'm just going to get a diet soda, but I'm going to eat all this other stuff, which is a joke about understanding of diets in general. And I actually went and I tried to do some research for you guys and find specific studies, but going on the internet for this is like going on the internet for vaccine information or what Donald Trump's political viewpoints are. It's piles of information. You can go down rabbit holes and you don't know what to believe and what not to believe. So let's just strip away the bullshit and say, look, diet soda clearly is not getting processed by the body like it should. There is a direct link. This is not a chicken and an egg thing. It's not only overweight people that drink diet soda. And there's no way that diet soda is helping these people lose weight. But it's disingenuous because you're tricking yourself. And again, tip of your cap to good old Madison Avenue, because what do people do when they want to lose weight? When they lose the fat we were talking about? They go on a diet. So what should we do? We should call this horribly unhealthy thing that we've made more unhealthy, although I can't prove how, diet soda. Yeah, you know that the sugar and whatnot in your favorite Pepsi, your favorite Coke, or your favorite Jolt Cola, or whatever the hell it is you're drinking. We took that out of there. Don't worry about it. It's fine. What? You want to know if that's healthy? I don't know, but drink up. It says 0 calories. You can't cheat. The world doesn't work that way. You don't get to just do that and all of a sudden your body goes, what? Oh, this is just water, and treats it like water. That's not how it works. Something's in there. It's old Seinfeld. They call it dry cleaning, but there's got to be a liquid somewhere. Do they tap it? Do they blow on it? Do they shake on it? The cola has flavor. It's got fizzies. It's got everything else. Something's got to be in there. Somehow in your body, maybe it's not officially measured in the way that we assign science to measure stuff, but just use your eyes. Use just basic common sense and look and go, this thing that regular Pepsi is delicious and bad for me, or regular Coke is, but this thing that they put the word diet in front of is perfectly fine, yet it tastes almost exactly the same and operates the exact same, that's insane. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. Look, there's no such thing as diet broccoli, right? Think about it that way. Flip it the other direction. If they could go and make something bad for you a 0, go from being a -10 on the health scale to a 0, couldn't they go the other direction and take something that's a +10 for you and just change the flavor? So rather than you thinking you're cheating the system by not doing something bad, couldn't they then go the other way and take something good and trick you into liking the taste of that? No, they can't, because they would have done it already. That's not how the world works. That's not how your body works. So just stop it. And not only that, when you have your diet soda, then in our caveman brains, you go, hey, I wasn't bad. That's fine. I was good today. I only had 8 Diet Cokes. Fuck that. That's insane. Stop thinking that way, because you're giving yourself a pass. Because if you had 8 regular Cokes today, you would look in the mirror and you'd be ashamed. You'd go, God, what did I do? I had 8 Cokes today. Why is that different with the Diet Cokes? It's not. So stop letting yourself off the hook by drinking diet soda and letting yourself think that that one thing you're doing is okay, because clearly it's not. I don't have an article to quote. I don't have a study to quote. I just have my eyes, and you have your eyes too. And I think if you look, you'll go, number 1, I should probably eat a little fat, and number 2, something's up with diet soda, and I should either drink a regular soda and be honest with myself, or I should just cut that out and find something else. It's marketing. They're taking your head and they're spinning it around to sell you cheaper, less nutritious garbage. Stop giving in. If you're going to eat bad for you, eat bad. It feels so much better to get a real piece of cheesecake than it does to eat some weird frozen, no-fat cheesecake. Be honest with yourself. You'll feel a lot better in the morning. This was part 1 of diet, people. There's going to be more. Maybe not today, but sometime. But for now, that's it. This is AO Storm reminding you to be a good person.